You guys see it too, right? I should have been cast in this movie because low-key, I think I would have smashed it. But since I could not star in this movie, I'm here to share with you 4 lessons on purpose from the movie Moana. Let's get into it. Now, if you haven't seen this film, Moana is a 2016 Disney film about a young girl who was supposed to be in her village, being the princess, but instead she finds herself in the literal jungle, fighting for her life and for that of her people. Now, there are several ways I could have captioned this first point, but the way I could summarize it is that purpose puts you on the path that is least traveled. It may bring about this knowing and this nudging, this desire to go in a direction that may not seem normal to a lot of people. It makes you see things differently. And this is something that can follow you through the years. As in the case of Moana, this was something that has been there from the time when she was a toddler up until the time when she became a young adult. And there are things to note here. The effect of the realization of your purpose is going to affect more than you, your friends, or your family. With purpose, you're not necessarily pursuing the shiniest thing. You can be the owner of a Fortune 500 company earning millions of dollars, but all you want to do is be in a remote village in Africa feeding malnourished children even without being paid. It may not make sense to a lot of people, and you can't blame them because you are the one who have been given this vision and not them. But this is the part where you have to be very careful with the people who surround you, because your vision and your dreams, your goals, especially at its inception, is easiest to kill. You have to be careful who you share this dream and your vision with, whether it's be your family, your friends, or your significant other. This is the part where you need nurturers, people who are going to encourage you, even if they don't understand it. Otherwise, you are going to have this seed of doubt. You might run the risk of dropping your ideas and your goals on the table without it ever realizing its full potential. The second thing about purpose that I learned from this movie is that in the pursuit of purpose, there is an order to the way things are supposed to go. I think that you first of all discover that you have a purpose, right? And then with that comes vision. With vision comes direction. And with that direction comes a sense of urgency and speed. There is saying that it doesn't matter how fast you're going if you're going in the wrong direction. And that was what happened here, because in the second part of this movie, you actually see Moana set out. But what was fueling her speed at that time was, in my opinion, curiosity. She knew there was something calling her out on the water, but she didn't know what it was. So when problems started arising in her village that she needed to solve, she felt like all the answers were on the water. And in a way they were, but not in the way that she thought it.
Beyond the reef. There's more beyond the reef.
No plan, no idea on how to go about anything she actually set out, and it almost cost her life. Luckily, there's always second chances. And if you're someone who is wondering, then how do you know? I believe that this is the point where you have to sit down and listen. If you believe in God, a higher purpose, the universe, whatever it is, this is the time to go to that higher power, or even the people who have actually treaded on the path that you want to go. In this case, luckily she had her grandmother who sat with her and actually shared the untold story of her people. And after she knew what the story was, the vision was clear. She now knew what she needed to do, when she needed to do it. And when she set out the second time, she knew what exactly she was pursuing on this journey. It's not enough to have this passion and this drive, but you have to know exactly where to apply it. Otherwise, your effort may be wasted and you may end up being discouraged. The third thing I learned from this movie is that the fact that you're on your way to fulfill purpose does not exempt you from trouble. Instead, I think your troubles even become more intense. And the reason I say that is because on the journey of purpose, a lot of times you're going to find yourself alone. People are going to misunderstand you. You are going to doubt yourself. And every other trouble that you might actually find on your way in your journey through life. But the only thing that is going to keep you pushing towards the direction that you're meant to go is that vision that you already have. It's what you know that is at the end of the vision. That is what is going to keep encouraging you to know that the cause you're fighting or the path that you're on actually leads you to a point of fulfillment. And now the final thing, which I don't believe is exhaustive. Now, the fact that Moana 2 premieres on the 27th of this month, 2024, gives credence to my final point. We recall that when Moana sat with her grandmother, the vision seemed clear. Find Maui, deliver him across the great ocean, restore the heart of Te Fiti. Pretty simple, right? And she does all of that, comes back, and you see this celebration and jubilation from everybody welcoming her back. But in the very next frame, we see them bring out boats to go back on the water, which was previously forbidden, to set out on a journey. And this goes to show, for my last point, is that purpose seemingly has no end. The more that you walk towards the path to fulfill purpose, more is going to be revealed to you. Let's assume you could have this desire to teach. So you start teaching. And then while you're teaching, you have this desire to write a children's book. And after writing the book, you start having this desire to go back to school, to study, to become a counselor. And now you're counseling. All of that may not be clear from the very beginning when you start. You are going to find that the more that you work on the journey towards purpose, your giftings are going to take different forms. I don't believe that these 4 points covers everything there is to learn about this movie. So if you've seen this movie and you have your own thoughts, please put them in the comment section. I don't know what the journey of this next movie is going to be about, but I'm excited for it. And honestly, I think I'm going to come back here to share with you after I've seen the second movie. But if you've seen this particular one, let's have a chat about that in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.